Hi, and welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today is March 20th, 2022, and we are going to review my $3,331 dividend portfolio. All those threes make me giggle. So we're going to start with why I invest. We're going to talk about setting goals. We're going to look at my long-term, short-term, and purchase goals. We're going to look at what I've purchased since the last time I updated a week ago. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do a mini lesson. And today is going to be on what is meant by a bear or a bull market. I'm going to look at my projected payments. I'm going to look at exactly what I got paid this week. We're going to pop out and go over to trackyourdividends.com. It is where I keep a complete list of my dividend portfolio. And then we're going to go look at my Google spreadsheet, update some things, and review one specific stock that I own that I'm kind of mad about. Anyways, so if you haven't already, please take a second, hit that subscribe button. Everybody, thumbs up, please. I have been stuck at 370 subscribers for a couple weeks now. I'd really like to get to 500, so please take a sec, hit that subscribe if you're not already. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more time with me. And everyone, I would love to hear why you invest. I think whys are very important. My why and how come I invest are for a handful of reasons, but there are two specific that I want to talk about today. And one is family. I would love to be able to provide an income that doesn't require all of us to go out to work on a daily basis. I don't mind work so much. There's always something to do around the house. A lot of times, the weekends and evenings, it's made dinner, it's doing homework, it's working out in the yard, it's cleaning something, all of those things. It's running errands. It's not, let's go do something as a family, but it is family time that we do spend together. But at the same time, I'm certain my husband's boss has something against the family unit. It never seems to fail. I'm a teacher, so I work during the day. I get home like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My husband, on the other hand, it never fails. During the week, it's like he closes almost every night. He goes in at 12 or 1. He gets home at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. How are we supposed to spend lots of quality time together? So anyways, I would love to be able to have it so that we can stay together more as a family unit. And then our love, our passion. I would love for us to just be able to go out in the RV and not have to worry about anything, to have the bills paid, sell everything, maybe keep a storage unit for those mementos that the kids need and want, but let it all go and just go RVing. Have a hotspot with us so that I can always be connected to my investing. Just something that we absolutely love to do. So I believe goal setting is extremely important. I think you need to not only have a why you invest, but I think that you need to set personal goals. Those goals come as long-term goals, short-term goals, and even what are you going to purchase goals. All of those are important because otherwise you're just random willy-nilly doing things. And sometimes that doesn't always turn out to be the best. So we're going to break down my long-term and short-term goals real quick. My husband, if you've been around a while, my husband says, Rosa, if you want it to come true, you have to speak it. So that's what I'm doing here. My long-term goals, I would love to have 100,000 dividend portfolio value. Now, reality, I'd really like to have like a $1 million, $2 million portfolio value, but we're starting off here. So I want to have somewhat realistic, and that's at $100,000. Currently, I'm at $3,330. Not there at all. But long term, I can't wait to get there. I would love to earn 80,000 a year. That would replace my income, my husband's income, and still let things continue to invest in themselves. Now, we're nowhere close. We're at $222 a year. I know there's a huge gap between where my dream is and where I am. And for all of you naysayers, reality is I know as long as I can earn 4% interest and I have a 1.5 or 2 million portfolio, I know I can get that 80,000. Now again, I know I'm nowhere close to that, and that's all right. But that for me would replace both of mine and my husband's income. But most importantly, in getting to that 80,000, I can turn him into a house daddy where he doesn't have to go to work. I currently make more than he does, so it makes more sense for us to replace his income before we replace my income. And that is realistic. I can see that happening maybe 10 years from now, hopefully. And I would love for each of my positions to drip one full share. Currently, I have 2 out of the 24 positions that I'm in drip one full share. Now, keep in mind, one of those is really stinking close. We'll talk about it today because I earned dividends this week from it. It's really stinking close, but I go ahead and call it one full share. It's not, but it's close enough. I have one that does drip one full share, and then I have one that I'm creeping in on and almost there. Short-term goals, I have a $5,000 dividend portfolio value by the end of this year. Now, I'm not certain that's really going to happen because, again, I only have a 3,300 portfolio, and reality, the majority of my stocks or the majority of my dividends are not growth stocks or growth funds or growth ETFs. Instead, most of what I have gotten into are high yield dividend stocks and ETFs because right now I'm looking at getting paid, growing my account through dividends, not through growth stocks. So I know everybody's got their own comfort level, and that is where mine is. I would love to earn $20 a month. The goal is to have that by the end of May. I'm close, but not there. This week's going to be a struggle as well. Every time I think I get close, something happens and I'm no longer close. So not certain how we're going to work this out. I think I have a plan, but then when I did something to see if it worked, I was still short money. So I don't know. But the goal is to be at $20 by the end of May. And I would love to grow each of my positions bi-monthly. I did pretty good. Actually, I met that goal in January and February. Now I'm working on my March and April ones. I actually, up in the top right corner, no, that'll be later. I'll put a card down in the, I can't talk all of a sudden. Down below, you will see a link for my Transfer Thursday. That Transfer Thursday is how I'm doing on my bi-monthly growth. And then I would love to receive a dividend check every week. And great news, since the month of November 2021, I have actually received a dividend check every week. Now, there are some that, yes, even I giggle at. I think one week I got 16 cents, but you know what? I got paid. Yay! And you can't beat getting paid because over time, as I continually grow each of my positions and it continues to drip, you know what? It's going to be more than 16 cents. Next thing I know, it's going to be $1.60. And then it's going to be $16. And then it's going to be $160. Then it's going to be $1,000. Guys, that is my attitude on all of this. Think positive. Otherwise, you're going to get bogged down. And as fast as you got into dividends, you are going to bounce right out. Nobody wants that. All right, so let's look at my purchase goals. So talk long-term, talk short-term. These purchase goals, the intent is as quickly as my budget allows me to do to get these things. So the first thing I'm going to do is, well, one of the things I would like to do is to purchase 3 additional shares of PSEC. That'll get me up to about 6 shares. I would like to get 3 more shares of OHI. Again, that'll put me up at about 6 shares. I would like to get 25 more shares of OXSQ. If you have been around for a while, you know that I am trying to get my OXSQ up to 150 shares. Currently, I have around 105. With this extra 25, it'll put me at 130, and that'll be almost exact. That'll be almost be 1 drip. So because 1 full share when it drips. So because of that, I'm kind of putting that on hold because I want to start to grow my Aries Capital position and having it drip 1 full share. So I'm kind of changing gears. I'm not going to make it to my 150 for OXSQ. I'm okay with that because eventually I will make it up to that 150. I want to start building my Aries Capital, ARCC. The goal is to get it up to 75 shares. Those 75 shares would drip more than 1 full share every time it got a dividend check. But, you know, sometimes I like to go a little high so that like my ORC, I'll be really close at 130, even though my goal was 150. So what exactly did I purchase this week? So last week, if you were here, I was wanted to purchase 2 shares of NRZ in addition to all the other stuff on that last slide. Well, guess what? I purchased 2 shares of NRZ. Yes. So goal met, one down, more to go. All right. I also did my biweekly transfer Thursday last week and got $5 in Acre, AGNC, ARCC, FDHY, and FSPTX. If you would like to see how much $5 really got me at each of those, there will be a card up in the top right corner for my transfer Thursday, or you can find it down below in the description. And then I went rogue. So last week, 2 weeks ago, I really went rogue and got nothing, but that's because work was busy and just life and yeah. This week, I still went rogue. So it was spring break for me, which meant I was able to pay attention to stocks that I love to play bounces in. And with all of this stuff going on in Ukraine, and I feel so bad for all of them and all of that stuff that's going on over there, but it has just put the market upside down on its head. And there are like 3 stocks that I absolutely adore. I've been playing in for 2 years, 2020. I've been playing in for 2 years and I know them forward and back. And when they get to a certain price point, oh, I just start to itch all over. I have to get into them. So I bought into 2 of them at a couple of different price points. And one of my shares, because one of them is pretty expensive, so I can only really buy one at a time, and then I have to wait till it bounce out till I get another one. But one of my shares, I bounced in and out in 3 days. 3 days. Nothing ever happens that fast around here. So 3 days, I made 10%. That is my goal the majority of the time. Once any of my bounces make 10%, I am out. I know that that's going to leave money on the table, but the reality is I am okay with that. I do not regret walking away because, guys, just as fast as I'm up 10%, I could wait one more day or one more hour, and the next thing you know, I'm down 10%. Nobody wants to be down 10%. So with that, I just go ahead and take my gains. Small gains add up is truly what I believe. I also bought into the IPO. I bought a little bit more of that IPO that I bought, trying to get it. It actually was a little cheaper. So I'm averaging down on it, but yeah, that's my rogue. That's my rogue purchases. I know, shame on me. So I wanted to do something a little different, and that's a mini lesson. I might pop these out and do them separate, but for right now, I'm just going to start them inside of here. These mini lessons are going to be on things that viewers have either asked me or things that I had to learn the hard way. So today, we're going to talk about what do bear and bull mean when we talk about the stock market. If you know what they are, drop it down in chat real quick in the comments section below. And if you don't know, that's okay. So a lot of times you hear it's either referred to as a bull market or a bull stock, or it's bullish, or maybe a bear market or a bear stock, or it's bearish. And these 2 things, when we talk about them, are talking about either the stock market going up or down. And they have specifics. So this bull market is looking specifically at when the stock or the market is going up. A way to help remember that is a bull, when they charge somebody and they put their head down and then they lift it up and then they ram their horns into it. It's the stock market going up. That motion of them ramming their head up talks about the market going in an upward direction. On the other hand, when we talk about that bear, we're talking about things slowing down. We're talking about the market taking a turn and it's starting to decrease. When you think of a bear, think of the bear as they go hibernate and all of their organs slow down so that they can survive the winter without eating, and they go into hibernation and everything slows down. So when we talk about a bear market or it's bearish, everything is slowing down on it. So just some neat things that I've learned as we've gone along. If you have any questions, please put it down in the chat. If you have any suggestions on maybe what you think my next mini lesson should be, I'd love if you drop something down in the comments and I'll see what I can do. So now let's look at my projected payments. So again, I break it out, look at every week individually to see how am I going to be getting paid. It helps me track when I need to go look at my brokerage and how many things I'm looking at my brokerage for. So this week there were 3: Gold, Main, and BTG. So I actually got into Gold, BTG, and I'm going to back up a slide for a moment. I actually got into Gold, BTG, and Franco-Nevada, because my husband wanted us to be in gold companies just over a year ago. He's like, Rosa, we have to get into gold. So instead of buying physical gold, we bought gold mining companies, and they range in price. So my Franco-Nevada is my expensive puppy. It was like $120 a share. My gold was my moderate. It was about $20 a share, a little bit more, I think. I don't really remember. And my BTG was my cheap one. It was like $5 a share. So I kind of took a little sampling of all of the different ones that were best rated and looked at all of them and everything. And those were the 3 that we walked away with. And this week, I got payments from 2 of them. Now, as good as that sounds, when I get paid, so let's go talk about Maine real quick. Maine, I own 2.271 shares and I earned 0.012 shares and got 49 cents. Guys, I own 2 shares of Maine. Yes, I only got 49 cents, but I got paid. So gold, I have to pay foreign taxes because Barrick Gold is a foreign mining company. So my 12.829 shares actually got me like $1.30 something, but after taxes, it's $1.09 and I earn 0.046 shares. BTG is the exact same thing. It is a foreign company because it is. When I get paid dividends, my brokerage automatically takes care of paying my taxes for me, so I don't have to worry about it. Done. It was like 4 something, 4.19 for something. I don't remember. It was just over $4. Really, I only got paid $3.55 after taxes, and this is the one that I earned 0.802 shares. It is so stinking close to 1 full share. If I didn't have to pay my foreign taxes, guys, I'd be earning 1 whole share. So this is one of my 2 that I just claim as earning 1 full share when I get paid. So that gives me a total for the week of $5.13. Yay! So I love to look at the positives, guys. Remember, if you get bogged down that you only got paid $5, you're never gonna make it with dividends because you have to start slow. It builds as time goes on. That $5.13, what could I get for it? Oh, actually, I know what I could get for it today. You'll find this out about me anytime. Anyways, today I had to go run, actually yesterday, I had to go run some errands yesterday. And I went, while I was out, I swung into Winn-Dixie and I bought Klondikes and they were buy one, get one free. So you know what my 513 bought me? 2 packs of Klondikes. Yes! Oh, I brought them. I came home. My son was like, hey mom, what'd you get today? I said, I got some good things and some not so good things. And the first thing out of his mouth was, hey, did you get any Klondikes? I just died laughing. Of course I got Klondikes. So 513 took care of today's grocery Klondike bill. Yes, I'm sure it takes care of other things, but I really don't care right now because I'm just excited I got 513 and took care of paying my Klondike. So we're going to go look real quick at my Google spreadsheet and trackyourdividends.com. We're going to bounce out to Track Your Dividends. This is a free website. You can pay for it. I choose to keep the free version of it. This is a free website where you can input or link your brokerage. I choose not to link. Everything here is manually input. I don't want them in my brokerage. So I put everything in here and it tells me what my portfolio value is, if I am up or down. Currently, I'm down $58. That's okay. Guys, the stock market goes up, stock market goes down. You have to realize that. It tells me what my current dividend yield is, what my yield is on cost, that annual income. And then it comes down and looks at each of my um, shares that I own. So for example, Acre Aries Commercial Real Estate Corp. I own 3 shares. It currently is going for 15.03. It changed $6 on the day. That was for Friday's close. Currently, my average cost is $15.55. I'm down $1.59. My dividend yield would be 8.72, but based off of my average cost, my yield on cost is 8.42%, and it gives me a quick annual income of $4. So I love this view just because I can get a quick view glimpse of all of the things that I own, everything that's going on. Well, not everything. And then I can actually link out to any of them anytime I would like to get some additional information. Now, because I have the free version, I get ads across the bottom. And when I pop out to some things like research, I don't get all of the research. Education, I don't get all the education. That's okay with me. I use a lot of different platforms to help me stay informed. I'm not ready to pay for anything just yet. See, free ads. So, oh, I did not, okay, I did click close. So this view I love. This is upcoming dividends. It is a breakdown month by month, stock by stock, ticker by ticker, and it helps me see what it is I'm getting paid. It even then totals out what I'm getting paid for the month, and it projects out. It gives me a calendar view of everything that I'm going to be getting paid. Now, April, we have a problem. You see, there's a whole week I'm not getting paid in April. I'm going to go show you something in a second. So I'm not too worried. So track your dividends. Also, it confirms payments, tells you the amount per share, how much I'm going to get based off of my shares, and then the payment date. Now, until it confirms, it won't show up in that April calendar. So April the 4th, Jebby has not confirmed. As soon as it does confirm, though, I will be getting a payment on the 4th, and that'll take care of that week. Yay! Otherwise, I'd kind of be sad that I missed out on that week, but that's okay because it's all right. So I will be getting an April payment once Jeppy confirms what it's paying. So I like to take these 3 numbers and jump out to my portfolio or my Google spreadsheet. Now, there was one stock that I told you that I wanted to come chat about, and that is ORC. ORC is a REIT, and currently it's the biggest position in my portfolio. When we look here, let's come back to dashboard real quick. My ORC is 111 or 111 shares. I should be earning 16%. Instead, I'm earning 11. I'm going to get paid about $60 on the year, but I am down $176. When I bought in August of 2021 at $5 a share. Guys, it's down to $3.25. It just keeps falling. So I'm struggling with ORC and staying in it. And I am a true numbers nerd. I absolutely love spreadsheets, guys. So I have actually did this before ORC really got underneath my skin, and created a sheet that helps me see how many shares do I own, price per share, the dividend yield, how much I earned, just how many shares I earned, total dividend earned, my initial cost less my dividend. I'm trying to see when I have that break even point. So because of that, I calculated it all out. What makes me cry is when I originally got in, the dividend yield was 6.5 cents. It dropped to 5.5 cents in February. For February and March only, it'll be 5.5 cents. And in April, it drops to 4.5 cents. Oh my gosh. So I've decided that I'm no longer going to be increasing this position by $5. Instead, I'm just going to let it pay out its 4.5 cents at its current price. And I've actually calculated out that by May of 2027, I'll actually have started to turn a profit. It will have paid for its entire cost of how much I put into it. I'll have 251 shares. And as long as it has a value of at least $1, guys, I will be out in 5 years faster than you can blink. And I will have made all my money back. So my $520, I will have made that back. And as long as everything's a dollar, at least a dollar, I'll have made an extra $251. Guys, that's over 40%. And it took me 5 years to make that 40%, but I'm okay with that. So I'm backing way off on my ORC. I've spent most of Saturday looking at ORC, looking at its investing page, looking at who's investing in it, who's increasing positions, who's leaving positions, all kinds of things with ORC because I'm beside myself. I shouldn't have jumped in with 2 feet. I did. And now but guys, I'm still making 11%. Because I'm still making 11%, that's much higher than my 4%. So I'm still just going to hang out in it for a little while. Not to mention, I'm not willing to lose $176 just yet. All right, so let's get back to upcoming dividends because there is something else I'd like to do in my Google spreadsheet. And that is, let me get over to my goal page, the graphs page. And inside of here, I like to update my projected income. So let us copy these. Hold on, I need to paste special. I just want the values. All right, so we are at 2260, 2260. We are at 1770. We are at 1724. And before I hit that, you'll notice that the last one dropped and this one dropped. And that's because let's come back up to ORC. It dropped from 613 down to 501. So that's where it did say 613 all the way across. Now it only says 501 across because they dropped another penny. So that's why both my April and May payments have dropped. So 1724. Because of both of those dropping, I've actually dropped my monthly, how much I'm going to be receiving on average monthly, down to 1918. That's okay. I'm still working on getting to my $20 by May. It might be the end of May instead of the beginning of May, but we're going to continue working there. I took a penny loss for how much I get paid a day, every day, if I were to average this out to each day. But I'm moving. So this week I got $5. I'm now up to $42.13 for quarter 1. That's for my year so far. This quarter is blowing quarter 4 out of the water, which I've only been truly investing since quarter 4. So that makes sense. So that $39.82, I'm beating it with $42. I'm creeping in on last year's everything I made. For the month of March, I'm up to $8.90. I made $16.97, $16.26, and $8.90. So far, not bad for a total of $42.13. Guys, I might only be making 2 cents an hour. I just said 2 cents an hour. But I had to put some work in the front to figure out what I wanted. And now it's doing its own thing. Love it. All right, so let's jump back to here. If you have any questions about my spreadsheet or track your dividends, please feel free to drop those in the comments. If I can answer them, I would be more than happy to. I would love, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, guys, thumbs up. And is there one thing you wish I would have talked about today? I'd love to know what that is. And just thank you so much for joining me today as I reviewed my portfolio, talked about some things, and looked at my goals. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.